It was a day pregnant with shock and misbelief, a terrifying moment that left many injured, homeless, and the worst of it all, dead. This was an unfortunate incident that took Ghana by surprise and affected most residents in and around the Circle area. Months on, Ghana's June 3rd disaster has become a tragedy that surviving victims have had to brace themselves with. Counting the loss has become an undesirable score that many who lost their properties through the stormy blaze are yet to settle. This is an engagement and interaction I had with some households whose properties got burnt through the disaster and some businesses who were affected by the twin disaster. The Nkrumah Circle is one of the busiest areas in the city of Accra, partly because it is a connecting point for commuters. On a usual day, business is brisk, laced with a heavy human and vehicular traffic. As the day wears on and night beckons, the hawkers and traders bring their day to a close, with some left wondering how and where to lay their head for the night. The interchange, named after Ghana's first president, Undesirable Dr. Nkrumah for several years, remains a hot spot and huge draw for those who love the nightlife. The city of Accra, particularly the Nkrumah Circle area, woke up to an explosion on June 3rd that caught many by surprise. Hours of downpour exposed the weakness in the city's drainage system. Life came to a standstill that night, and when the situation cleared, the city was left staring at dead bodies, burnt houses, toxic mixture of mud and sewage, especially from the silted Odo River, which burst its banks and caused damage to property. Parts of Accra was left in darkness and without water supply. This incident dwarfs the 1994 floods, which saw homes and businesses submerged.
Business has been slow since the June 3rd disaster. Customers are even afraid to come and shop at Circle. The entire place is not as before. For us, 5 of our colleagues lost their lives as a result of the flood, but this does not deter us from doing business here, since we have nowhere going for now. Maybe, in good time, we would have to relocate.
Formerly, we could work 24 hours and still get passengers. But now, by 6 to 7, you hardly find passengers around, especially when it's about raining. Many are traumatized.
I can't remember the exact amount I invested in my business. Roughly, I can say about 3,000 Ghana cedis. That is even the cost of the last deep freezer I bought on credit. I am not the only one who got affected. Every tenant in this household had one thing or another destroyed.
The worst affected area, especially Odona, is yet to fully recover from the tragedy. In the home of Joseph Afutunikwe, a 66-year-old retiree and a flood victim, life has been unbearable since the incident. He conducts us round a home where he's been residing for the past 50 years. A one-time driver at the Information Services Department, Mr. Kwe was deployed in the 90s. He has been telling GBC 24 how badly the events of June have completely changed his life for the worse. How did you manage to get out of this death trap?
In the name of God, He saved me in this disaster. Only God, who knows, to manage and save me and come out from there. I'm standing with 20 people, more than 10, 15, 20 people, all of them gone. They died. Before I ran away, passed inside PTC. I went back at the PTC. Before I hear in my ears, boom! The thing blast. Before it touches the other buildings. And the fire is on the water from this side, the market coming. The fire is changing the petrol up to the goil. That's why 20 people died.
I thank God because I encountered death twice. The first instance, I encountered the flood and then came into contact with the fire. I harbor no ill feeling against my neighbor.
How traumatic has it been for you, considering how badly the flooding and, let's say, the fire damaged your building? Because you've taken us around and I can see the damage is really huge.
Nobody expected the fire. All we looked forward to was for the rains to subside. But no, it did not. Then I saw the fire approaching towards my end. In fact, it scared me, hence could not return home. I became like a mad person who had no regard for what others said, or even when vehicles blew their horns at me. Family members were worried about my whereabouts as I thought of home. The fire gutted all my belongings, including shoes, clothes, money, and left hands.
More than 60.
Signs of the water level and the parts of the building that caught fire still remain evident.
On common coquetting way. Les changouins ceiling can lui faire que moi fait sans faire une fèche. Là, nous cachons. Là, cachons les can. Là, nous cachons pas tout le monde. Tout le monde.
The floods have been described as the worst ever experienced in the city of Accra. 46-year-old Dinah Enyonam Ankra belongs to the home of the Ankress at Adabraka. A trader and a mother of two, Enyonam has been living here for the past 20 years. She describes the scars she continues to carry from that night.
Why me? She want no one she want petrol phone. She want like any about park your car say BNN. Well, like a car need a tank a link in
We were at home when the rain started. We started inhaling the smell of the fuel, but were adamant because we thought it was one of the parked vehicles in front of our home whose tank was leaking. It kept raining and my co-tenants packed their belongings and went upstairs. It didn't bother me much, as my thinking was that the rains can cause any harm. Suddenly, we had a big bang. It was the walls that had collapsed. The rushing water entered the house and there was no point of escape. Take a good look at me. My husband had to carry me on his shoulder and took me upstairs. Then again, my daughter started shouting, "Mommy!" A neighbor's house is on fire. In fact, we became more frightened. The fire quickly spread, burnt our house and other buildings in the neighborhood. It burnt everything to ashes. I immediately had a tummy upset and visited the restroom severally. I didn't know what to do. All I could do was to cry. We could not salvage a thing in this house.
Another victim who lost everything to the floods is 49-year-old trader, husband and father, Felix Nkrumah.
What has happened to me and my family, I can't mention it here. I will say we thank God that nothing has happened to me and my family. The wall on the behind it and the commercial bank break, and then all the water came and stand still. And the fire came from all the way from the market and stood here for several hours. Not even. These people were afraid to come here, and we are upstairs are crying for help. Nobody is coming because if you look, even if I am the one, I can't come because if you look at how the flames are, the whole area, like let me say like Soma and Gomorrah, the whole area, so you can't come. So I don't blame them because how the fire is still, but God's grace, they managed to, they're able to come and then rescue us again.
Some 150 people were believed to have died on the night of June 3rd in Ghana. 33-year-old Emmanuel Amejo is into printing and marketing. He tells me how he became a rescuer even at the peril of his life.
When I got two guys from near motorbike, I mean, Blamoto, flood and motorbike, Kenya, the carpet boy say, on one Amaka, Besawa Wami, or Blame, get back, what the motorbike, Kajanuni. To me, another trotro, a bangese, loan, Iba Butte Gotan, me passengers here. Or Ben what G motorbike says, she been one petrol conjuncture. In area niji wajemefin or like motorbike who when uji fuel any geofun.
I witnessed a motorbike and some carpets being taken away by the floods, and I needed to rescue them. Another car got stuck in the gutter, though it had passengers in it. Though we smelled petrol, but thought it was from the motorbike.
I'm a trotro window and get on premier roof. Get bar and what jail, Luversen your gem sliding, Luversen your gen, one may fetch on Jemmy. What she been one and what Jimmy what time? No level way, I've been a who of way. You are better one near Daddy Gino. Get two and on work here, but what Jom Lekeno, been one and la, it's a bolano, came back.
We managed to assist passengers trapped in the vehicle, aided them through the windows to the top of the building. The water levels kept rising, so we had to seek cover. Then we saw fire from the refuse dump end of the market.
That moment, within a minute, no live. She was feeling it shake the whole building. Filling station.
This shook the entire building, resulting in cracks. People started shouting from the oil filling station for help.
That many times, like with this second now land it we speed blue. They try to more in shop.
The flames were blue in color.
They turn burn. Or fuel on each one they cover me and your Jimmy. Or then you are more need no long bullet. Walk over be new. Be one yen warrior. One irrational. Or paper to what put in.
So my friends and I had to dive into the water to rescue more people. Everything in this house got burnt.
President Mahama visited a burnt-out petrol station and described the deaths as catastrophic and almost unprecedented.
A lot of people have lost their lives. I'm at a loss of words to express how I feel. Many of them through the flood, and then very many of them through the fire incident that took place here as a result of the explosion that took place in the filling station located right here. The emergency services, including the military, the police, the fire service, were all called out to come and help. They managed to rescue quite a large number of people, but unfortunately, a large number of people lost their lives. I want to take the opportunity to commend the security services for their diligence. We were closely monitoring what was happening, and then also to express my condolences to the several who have lost relatives and the victims of the flood.
The country's relief agency, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, extended relief to affected persons.
Yes, they gave me 2 pairs of trousers and shirts with a plate, but because I wear the clothes often, they are fading already.
You give us 1 blanket, some cooking things and all these things, no cash. And the other organizations, I can't mention the names, the commercial bank, they gave us some, also came to our and said we are the nearby. So neighbors, so they come and help us more with the same items, blanket and cooking oil and then water. Then later some people also came and then we treated the same thing and give us something. Even these people actually told me the Barclays Bank, commercial bank, we share war with them and they can't sit down and see what has happened to us, so they have to come to our way. So they will bring us some relief to that's the same mattress and all these things. But we have to copy with that. Rebekah have no choice. Barclays Bank to say we are their neighbors. So they too came here, the same thing, rice, water and cooking items. In fact, this is not cooking matters and all these things. Our cash has fallen. If you look at the extent of the damage, our cash, my wife is a trader, and I've put in all my money, materials and all these things. So everything we brought to the house, everything gone, some bent, some the women gone.
President Mahama vowed to take tough measures to stop people building on waterways which appeared to have contributed to the disaster.
We'll have to take some measures to be able to avoid this happening in the future. And often when these measures are drastic, you have a lot of sympathy and pressure not to take those measures. But I think that the time has come, for us to remove houses out of waterways, and the public should understand that it is necessary to save everybody else. I mean, this loss of life is catastrophic, almost unprecedented. And so we'll leave the city authorities and the emergency services to continue to do their work. But we must sit and strategize to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
The mayor of Accra then set out to demolish structures built in waterways as well as illegal structures dotted all over the capital.
The drain here is all choked because human activities, illegal structures have been planted and built right on the drain. You know, if you look on this side, you look over there, you can see it spans all the way there, as far as your eye can see, to where the people are. It's coming from the main community. That is the Palladium area. The water is supposed to run down. It's all been covered with structures. And then when you get here, you can see here, all this used to be covered with structures. This is a major drain that is emptying water into the Udo River and then into the Koli. The public have to understand that when we write on your illegal structures or buildings that have been built on waterways, we want you to get serious and remove them. Because one day the time will come when we will have to remove them.
And so from an eyewitness account, the fire started right upstream from the Odona Market area and rushed through to the Pacific Hotel area and also spread quickly to the right-hand side where the Anchor's home is located and to the GCB towers and subsequently to the Goyle filling station. That is how come houses in the neighborhood got affected badly and could not salvage anything at all from their homes. Today, visit the Nkrumah Circle after the incident, and the visible signs of a changed vicinity is there to show. Notice a drizzle, and many would take to their heels if one finds him or herself in that area.
Circle is now a ghost town. By 6:30 to 7 p.m., the whole place becomes quiet. Anytime it's about raining, people take to their heels. I guess such persons will win gold if it were an Olympic championship. The whole place looks scary. I know, for instance, that if things of this sort happens, a libation is poured or a tradition of a sort is done to drive away the dead. I plead with traditionalists to come offer prayers here because many have stopped boarding cars here.
Many are traumatized and do not want to come anywhere near the incident location.
Anytime the clouds gather, yes, we become frightened. Those on top of the story building will be a little okay, but if you happen to be on the ground floor, you cannot sleep till it's day.
The disaster indeed was traumatic and terrifying, leaving many citizens petrified. It is the hope and prayer of every citizen that the city authorities will work hard and in a determined manner to ensure this tragedy never does not recur.
I put up with my friends at night, since my roofing looks really bad and may fall off any time. Continuously for 2 weeks, I could not sleep for even 30 minutes. I wake up intermittently, thinking the incident is about recurring because people were packed like fishes into trucks. I now walk as a confused person.
all the victims I interacted with, the incident had changed their approach and view of life. According to them, they would not wish such a disaster to even the worst of enemies.
No, even if we are at loggerheads, right after the incident, would want us to smoke the peace pipe. For God saved me, and we all need to take a cue from this. It is a great lesson to all, because the way the whole thing happened, it was disastrous. If you choose to be at the ground floor, the fire will catch up with you. The same for the top floor. Imagine your enemy is an occupant at the top floor. How do you seek refuge? I guess no one would rejoice should something bad happen to your enemy.
I do not wish this tragedy for my worst enemy, for it was God that saved me. Even if I offer that dangerous prayer and my enemy dies, God will demand that person's blood from me.
A random sampling of opinion indicated that the Accra Metropolitan Assembly must regularly desilt major gutters and drains to allow for free flow of water, especially when it rains.
The best way is to regularly clear the gutter from all forms of domestic waste. I'm
pleading with the government to desilt the drains.
I plead with authorities to remove all pillars in the gutters at Circle once complete for easy flow of water anytime it
rains. Every year, catch a rainy season. You actually rainy season. Because I can feel no cool. Yeah, he can't have. She, I feel every year, flado. Walk when many leaders sending a mamma call that department.
Our gutters are choked. I am pleading with authorities to endeavor to desilt them before the rains set in each year.
Our one warfare like an warfare. As we shall I make a flood there bar, the William Martin, Danny.
Because anytime the rains set in, the drains get flooded. Community members can also help desilt them if provided with the necessary tools.
Circle is the heart of the city of Accra. There is no way one can come to the capital city without passing through Circle. But our gutters are shallow and overflows its banks when it rains. The construction of the new overpass, I guess, is a contributory factor, so something should be done about it.
As a country, we are presented with lessons from this incident: indiscriminate littering, building on waterways, and taking active part in the national sanitation exercise. Do you have any plans of relocating from here, since the rains have no intention of stopping anytime soon?
This is my home. I've been living here for more than 50 years. We witnessed floods in 61, 62, 63, 80s, and 95. But the June 3rd one surpasses them all. We usually buy food from the Ardabraka area, but due to the disaster, by 9 p.m., the whole place becomes silent like a cemetery. So if you are unable to cook, then you will be found wanted, because the woman who sells the food refuses to come around.
We would have loved to relocate if we had what it takes to do so. Cost of renting these days is high. Without a good job, it becomes difficult to sustain it. In life, we always fight to move forward and not to retrogress. There wouldn't be any need to go rent an apartment when your family house is available. In fact, not everyone can afford to rent a place.
Victims pleaded for more support to get their lives back on track again.
Just take a cursory look at the buildings. Nobody sleeps in them. If there is help anywhere, that is what we are calling for. We are scared of our own home now. Anytime night falls, we go to friends to reside with them because the flood pushed so many dead bodies to our house and we are afraid their ghosts will haunt us. If there is a tradition that needs to be done to ward off the ghosts, we are pleading that it will be done quickly so that we can live peacefully in this community.
The necessary thing we need, in fact, we haven't provided.
That is what and what do you need?
Especially, even as we are speaking now, we need cash. Because even all our cash are gone. Some are burned. Even last week, we are receiving some of the burning cash pieces. But I don't know where we put them. I will show it to you. So we are, in fact, desperate. We need very, very need. Because if you look at how the situation, even if this much small boy they go to scrap, we need cash. But where the cash? Yes, my cash, everything gone. As a trader, my wife is a trader. If you look at my room, everything bent, nothing. And if you give me one student mattress to share with my wife and my children, it's not enough.
I'm not growing any younger. When can I mobilize funds to buy used clothes? Take a look at my grey hair and beard. How can I beg before I eat? All our monies got burnt. The government must come to our aid. They are delaying. Government should come and see how we live or survive. See how badly damaged the rooms are. When you sleep with a mosquito coil, that is even when the mosquitoes bite you the more. We call on government to support us. Life is unbearable.
Every citizen must endeavor to do the right thing. GBC 24, Rebekah Awuah.